Right, okay. Little mini mission. Accumulator. What do we need for an accumulator? We need a supermagnetic ring. A supermagnetic ring actually, handily, also requires us to build... what was it? I think it was... It's this thing. Magnetic levitation technology. So this is actually quite an important bit of tech. Quite a bit of important tech that we need for a lot of milestone... technologies. So that's kind of nice. Okay. I mean, we are limited strongly by the amount of coal that we're able to force through this area. Again, electromagnetic turbine, that's what we're after. That's got in the... We acquire that during the magnetic levitation technology research, which is excellent. Interplanetary logistics and level 3 logistics belt, which is very, very cool. Alrighty, start stockpiling graphite. That's real nice. Okay, let's real quick check out this setup over here. I think I've had a little thought on how we tackle this. So the issue is at the moment we don't have an overflow valve. We don't have an overflow valve for the setup. So two things that we need to do very, very simply. We need to enable the belt down here to be on the ground level so that we can export hydrogen from here onto the belts in the middle. And then we want to basically raise it above... we want to basically raise it above the belt that we're going to have down here. Okay. So. Yoink. So that gives us exactly what we're after. So we have alternating belts. One which is going to output graphite. Excellent. The other which is going to output hydrogen. This way, I don't think that we're going to have any issues. If we do, hey ho, who knows? Who knows? There we go. Let's keep it grounded for these two. And then we can go up to here, along to here. Wonderful. Okay. Right. Not a perfect setup initially. Through trial and error, we have yielded what I think is a pretty good workable setup. And then this comes right over here. Keep it low, then make it high. Excellent. Okay. Then we do output from here. Output from there. It's a little bit fiddly during these very, very crucial moments. There we go. And that's looking real good. Okay. So then this connects up to there. Right. If only it wasn't so gosh darn dark, I'd be able to better see exactly what the heck was going on. Endpoint must be horizontal. That's a bit rude. Okay. There we go. So, that allows us to output now. Is this going to mean that everything is going to work? I think that it is. I don't think that I can prioritize between sorters. We may actually be able to prioritize between sorters. Between sorters through speed. which is kind of an interesting concept. If we get like a level 2 sorter, we may be able to see that move its contents to the subsequent oil refinery before the lowly level 1. Okay. No, this game is excellent. This is a really, really good game. Also, I seemingly have got... Where the heck are all of my red cubes being used? They're not being used, apparently. This is a travesty. Let's stack some. Let's get some fat stacks going over here. And by fat stacks, I mean even fatter stacks. Have we done magnetic levitation technology already? Wowzers, we actually have. I can't believe it. That's ludicrous. Okay, solar panels are good. Solar panels are bringing me good luck. Let's get some more research on the go. We do want to get mini fusion generation, but we need the structure matrix for that, so we'll worry about that in just a second. Reinforced thruster. No. Magnetic particle trap. Super magnetic field generator. Oh, we do actually need that. We do actually need that for a couple of things, for sure. I think we're going to fatten the stacks a little bit more, actually. More research, more quicker. More research, more quicker. Alright. This is looking good. This is looking very, very promising. This is also looking somewhat promising. We've actually got just too much hydrogen on the system. Yeah, we've got way too much. We've got way too much stuff going on here. And in fact, I need to link up this to there. This to there. And then we should be golden. Wonderful. Okay. We have so much hydrogen coming out here. It almost makes me think, why am I bothering with solar panels? Let's use hydrogen. Let's use hydrogen instead. But no. Okay. Priority. We got a brand new tab here. What is this? This is the logistics station. Logistics drones will automatically transport the cargo to the logistics station when you get the corresponding supply and demand. Okay. Well, when I understand what the corresponding supply and demand means in the context of this game, then I guess that I will build the logistics station. For now, let's sort of try and aim for the accumulator. We need the crystal silicon, which we can do right now because we got a couple of silicon components, I believe, being built over here. We've got the smelter making silicon ore from a whole bunch of stone. See you later, Grump. Thanks for popping in past, amigo. Good of you to do so. Alright. Okay. I'm looking forward to the multiplanetary aspect. I'm very, very, very much looking forward to that. I mean, I have a fair bit of experience with a couple of multiplanetary type games. This game reminds me very, very much of Planetary Annihilation. I mean, I know that the subject matter is completely different, right? Goodness gracious me. Thank you very much, Tech Fusion. Much appreciated, amigo. Spam those emotes relentlessly, please. Yeah, this game reminds me very, very much of Planetary Annihilation. Like, it is oddly similar. And it's just good. It's just a good game. At least in my opinion, anyway. It's a good game in my opinion. However, there is no warfare in this game. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the magnetic levitation turbine. So this is made. We can hand make them, but I think that we should try and maybe make it in a factory here. Okay, so the magnetic coil uses basic iron and also copper, which we should have. I mean, this is a very, very basic setup. This is like our initial setup, and I sincerely dislike it. I sincerely dislike it. But it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. We can make this work. Okay. Let's split this. Let's get a splitter over here. What do we need? Iron. Nice. Okay. So, splitter. Splitter or 2. We don't want to, like, bang it in too tightly. But we do... We do want to do it over here. Okay, so, in order to make the next stage, we need to get a assembly machine over here as well. So, this assembler is going to work to build the electric motor. The electric motor. So that is going to require gears and also just regular iron plates. So that's actually kind of easy to do over here. That's actually kind of easy to do. In fact, we already have iron plate production. Helpfully right here. Can I actually stack? Can I stack these? I can't stack whatchamacallits, assembly machines. That's good to note, because that is highly tempting. Okay. Next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna do something like this. Come over here and head down over here. So that's going to be the iron plates. How did I get iron gears again? Oh yeah, I combine the... I don't even combine, I just straight up reform a iron plate into a gear in a machine. In fact, let's set this to make gears. And then let's get rid of this solar panel, or this wind turbine thing, whatever, we don't need it. And stick this down there. Okay, fast belt across. And this is going to allow us to use the iron belt for a dual purpose. Bring this down here. And right in there. Okay, doubt we'll need all of these sorters or whatever. I just suspect that we're not going to need them. Nice! You've mastered the supermagnetic field excitation. What on earth does that mean? Your guess is as good as mine. Satellite power distribution system? Okay, that seems very, very fancy. I really would like to get nuclear power generation going as quickly as I possibly can. High-speed assemblers, 50% replicator speed. Yeah. Okay, let's do it. I'll take it, given that we can probably just queue up a whole bunch of stuff, actually. Might as well start with something that we're going to be using a lot more going forward. Okay. And we get... we'll get a level 2. Get a level 2 output there. Hope that it turns into daytime at some point today. That gives us gears. Gears are going good. Look at this. This is perfect. Okay, this is absolutely brilliant. This is excellent. And the next stage of the process is to utilize yet another assembly machine, which is right here. We'll build 2. I don't really seem to have many needs for assembly machines, to be honest. Just single assembly machines are fine. Video game at the moment. Yeah, we don't really seem to be using many assembly machines. We probably should be using more, but at the moment we're not using that many. Just building most things on my person. Either way, the electric motor and the magnetic coil are both combined to make the electromagnetic turbine, which I'm hoping I'm gonna just put right about here. Just take that tower down just for a sec. I'll take these motors out of here. Take this back for what will become obvious in just a second. Yeah. Cool. It's not the best place. It's not the best place for this setup, but it's far and away good enough. Far and away good enough. Okay. Bring this belt around here. And that gets yoinked right over there. That collides with the object, so we don't want to do that. Don't know why that collides. Yeah, not sure at all why that collides, but that's okay. Right. Levitation, let's go. Okay, this is, I don't know if this is necessarily the perfect ratio, but it seems to be a pretty good ratio. Pretty happy with this, and this is going to give us all of the magnetic levitation devices that we should theoretically need. Let's make a horrifically off-centered storage facility there, and then let's just output that across there. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, so as soon as we get our assembly speed upgrades, this process is probably going to become a little bit better. Not necessarily bothered about it at the moment, but that's going to make us a huge amount of electromagnetic turbines, to be honest. We're probably going to need to make a more official process at some point, but as the basis for a workable setup, this is good. This is good. Sort of the 3 assembly machines, sort of curved around in an L shape here. It's very nice. It's very nice. It's very simple as well. I always feel like simplicity is good. Speaking of simplicity, something that I have overlooked with the energy matrices over here is a buffer, which means that we are no doubt wasting a huge amount of production, which is just not good. We need to be a little bit better than that. So let's get that over there. And let's build more of these there sorters, and then we will just buffer. Okay, 50% replicator speed. I do need to check if that is actually applied. I think that it absolutely is. It looks good. It looks goodish. Oh no, hold on. That's the assembly machine Mark II. It doesn't actually give us a plus 50% to the basic. It gives us plus 50% in the secondary replicator. Okay. That is fine with me. Okay, then we have this coming down there. I might run out of juice here. Let's see if I can, I don't know, stick some hydrogen in my body. And that should sort me right out. Good stuff. So we should now no longer be having hydrogen issues. Let's just go and real quick check out this setup over here. Gosh darn. Gosh darn. It seems like some hydrogen is getting through. But it's not really working in the way that I intended. And there's no way that we can prioritize hydrogen from this specific slot here. That would be really, really nice if the video game offered that as an option. Okay, let's try using a level 2 sorter here instead of a level 1 sorter. That might give us the prioritization that I'm sort of after. I think it does, you know. I think it does. Okay, here's what we do then. Because I am convinced that this setup is both simple enough and good looking enough to just try and get working like totally optimally. If we can sort this out, then we'll be able to sort the world. Or sort the solar system. Or Sort the universe, perhaps. Who knows? Okay. There we go. So immediately that does seem to be working a little bit more smoothly. There's still the occasional bit of hydrogen coming out here, but it looks like it's only the odd bit of hydrogen that is produced, I guess, as a byproduct in this reaction. Yeah. Okay, we still need to replace this here. That would explain, whoops, that would explain why this oil refinery has always worked, because it's always had like a level 2 sorter there transferring the hydrogen from the output. Okay, I actually think that this is a legit setup. I actually think this is a truly legit setup. Okay. Nice. So, loads of hydrogen, loads of the old graphite as well. As long as we're able to keep it properly powered, then we should be just fine. Of course, keeping it properly powered is easier said than done. But we'll do our darndest. Look at this. Look at this. Marvelous. Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. We got a massive, massive, massive stack of labs that are doing a huge amount right now. If I have a little look at my power grid, consumption demand is 38 megawatts. Our capacity generation is nowhere near that. We're gonna sort that. We're gonna sort that. We're gonna sort that real soon. This setup is looking particularly good as well. Again, if we get on top of power, then we'll be good. Research. Solar sail orbit system. Launch a large amount of solar sails into the orbit of the Dyson swarm to form a Dyson swarm. Doesn't really make sense. Well, the grammar anyway doesn't really make sense, but that's not too much of a problem. Let's start with the reinforced thruster. We'll start using this big backlog of red cubes that I suspect that I have. We got a decent backlog of red cubes. That's not too bad. Okay. Solar panels, and of course, the accumulator. The accumulator requires the supermagnetic ring, and the supermagnetic ring requires the levitation device. It requires specifically 2 levitation devices, and the magnet, and a little bit of graphite. Well, we actually have a huge amount of magnets over there. I think, you know what? I think that we can build this. We're going to need to build a little bit of foundation here, though. So, let's see if we can try and build out a little bit of foundation. Let's not go completely crazy, but, you know, we're going to need a little bit to at least make this area workable for us. Okay, so I think 2 more bits maybe tops. Or we could just build it on this little mini island that I seem to have accidentally constructed. Okay, this is good. Okay, I kind of like the way that foundation works in this game. Pretty cool. Are we out of coal? I think we might be out of coal. This is the problem with using, you know, the rawest of resources. We need to use more complicated fuels. Alrighty. Okay, so we can increase the size. We can increase the size of the foundation block. That's very, very cool. I don't think that we'll need it necessarily right now, but that's good to note. Also, does this? Yeah, weirdly, it seems to be snapping very strangely, but that's okay. I think it's. Is it Alt, Shift? It's one of these things. It's one of these things to stop it snapping. We can let it go there. That's okay. All right. Okay. So this can be set to do the supermagnetic ring. Wonderful. We have We have the needs. Actually, no, hold up. Wasn't going to go there. My bad. I was going to bump it across a little bit, so it was actually going to be... It was actually going to be in line with the storage. So we're going to use the storage as the vessel. Oh yeah, it's the lines on the ground. That's really, really interesting. It's the planet beneath us. How funky. How very, very funky. I like that, actually. That's kind of cool. It's very cool. Okay, iron and also copper is what I require, because apparently I'm gonna just as I'm tinkering, I'm gonna go and do a little bit of solar panel crafting. A little bit of solar panel crafting. Just a little bit. There we go. That's enough. Since solar panels are my jam. Absolutely my jam. Okay, wow, look at this. We just never get enough power now. We just never get enough power to sort of just get past that critical mass, you know? We never do. We have, I tell you what, we have a pretty significant number of bits of energized graphite that are ready to go. Should we try redeploying energetic graphite to the network? Let's give it a shot. Okay. Let's try going onto energy graphite exclusively. Whether that will make any difference or not, we'll have to wait and see. Does mean that the burn time is just a little bit better, I think. All right, but we're not gonna be able to maintain this forever. On the contrary, we have a limited period of time where the power situation is not terrible. Okay. Also, we need to get this properly upgraded so we have like a decent number of level 2 inputs so that we can pass all of the inputs right the way to the back. So with level 2 inputs, we can get to layer 3. We can get to layer 3 effectively, right? In fact, we can already get to layer 3 effectively as is, but we're gonna need level 3 sorters in order to get to layer 4 on our setup, which is fine. You know, that's absolutely not the end of the world. But yeah, we just need way more. We just need way more graphite. Way more graphite. But I'm kind of optimistic. I'm kind of optimistic that this is perhaps the turning point that our network needs. This is the turning point that my network needs, but it's not the turning point that my network deserves. Also, we should probably see if we can try and get level 2 belt now. I'm kind of excited about level 2 belt. I don't need to be producing these levitation motors, but we will. So the power plant over here, this is kind of intentionally not connected. I say that it's intentionally not connected. That sounds like an excuse, doesn't it? That sounds like an excuse. You'd be right. It is a little bit of an excuse. Although, I mean, functionally, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference because we're resource limited more than anything else at this moment in time. There we go. Alrighty. Burn, baby, burn. 100% power satisfaction. We've never known success like this. Truly. We're in a new era. We're in a new freaking era. This is excellent. Okay. Let's start work on this super magnetic ring. Can I just, like, angle too wide? I tell you what, it's bloomin' close, isn't it? It's bloomin' close. The angle is a little... It's a little dicey, but we can just go for it, right? Okay, doesn't like that. You don't like that video game. I appreciate that. What about What about that? You're fine with that. That's cool. Right. We don't need to do anything fancy here. We literally just need to link up the magnets. We do need 3 magnets though, so we may need a slightly faster inserter. The energized graphite, I don't think we have much production of energized graphite nearby. The nearest production of energized graphite is probably over here. Now this, yeah, this is probably the belt to use. Okay. Come across there. Wonderful. And then let's go. So, what is the point of doing all of this? I'll tell you the point of doing all of this. It's batteries. It's batteries. We're desperate for them. We really, really, really want batteries. Okay. Storage facility. Next storage facility. Plonk it down over yonder. Output, output. Brilliant, brilliant. Let's get graphite coming over here, right? Ah, we need to fuel ourselves. Fuel ourselves. Cool. Okay. Once we've fueled ourselves, we should be able to place down the belts. It's all been allocated. It's all been placed. So let's get it on. Wonderful. How many of my Matrix labs are actually working? Not all of them, but most of them. Also, oh my goodness. You'll note, ladies and gentlemen, the oil refinery setup is actually working. I suspect that I may have accidentally stumbled onto a setup that is quite optimal. It's not perfect. Maybe we could adjust the belts somewhat, but I actually think that this is, I mean, it's almost infinitely, like, scalable, right? Do we output hydrogen here? Ah, we don't output hydrogen. That's the only concern. We don't output hydrogen from this very first oil refinery. But that's kind of by the by. If that's fine. We could make a little workaround. It's probably not worth it. It doesn't particularly matter. For all intents and purposes, we can just about survive. Okay, we are hitting 95% satisfaction at the moment. That is because we are burning the candle at both ends. Burning the candle very, very much at both ends. Look at that. We've burnt through an obscene amount of energized. What do we need? An obscene amount of energized graphite. Let's fly back over here. Oh, look at that. We did it. We got the magnetic rings. Wonderful. Wonderful. Sorry, not the regular magnetic rings. The super magnetic rings. As opposed to just the magnetic rings. Otherwise known as a magnet coil. That's fine. Okay, I'm building on my person a couple of additional smelters, because we need to be turning all of this coal into graphite. And we need to be doing it pretty much yesterday, because now we're basically out of graphite. We're still burning very, very aggressively, and I hope that is going to stop, or at least slow down at some point, but I very much doubt that it is. Yoink that. Cool. Okay, paste the recipes in there. Okay, I think this is all looking good. I think this is all looking good. I think it's all working as intended. Maybe need to get a little bit of power over here. We do. That's a terrible place for a power pylon, given that we're going to build down that line in just a second. But no matter. Okay. Let's make sure all inputs and outputs are working accordingly. I think they are. Looks good. Looks like we're not having any supply issues, i.e. the inputs are all less numerous than the outputs. Certainly the outputs going on to the... Oh my god. Wow, okay, hold up. We've burnt through all of our energized graphites. I thought that we had more time than this. I thought that we had more time than this. What do we need? Iron. Go and get some iron. Wow. Okay, well, power problems inbound, but that's exactly why we have a battery. Or we will have a battery. Very, very soon indeed. Okay. Smelt high purity silicon. That's okay. We'll get to that in just a second. We'll get to the smeltation of high purity silicon in just a little bit. Solar panels. Let's produce a couple of additional solar panels as well. They seem to be pretty darn good. Pretty functional. Pretty great. Look at this. Power supply is just going to continue to decrease. But that's okay. Right, 2 additional smelters. Let's go. Also, the music in this game. The music is good. I'm pretty sure the music wasn't originally commissioned for this game. I.e., I'm pretty sure it's just been bought off an audio website. I have no proof of that, I should hasten to add. But it feels like it probably was. But that's not to detract from the fact that it's a very, very good choice of music, and I like it a lot. Okay, let's get some more solar panels. Need foundation support if we want to stick it over there. That's a horrible place for a solar panel. Horrible place for a solar panel. Okay. Weirdly, solar panels are really good. Who'da thunk it? Who'da thunk it? Solar panels are excellent. And hopefully, maybe this can be like a sort of pseudo hydroelectric power plant, you know? So, you know, during the nighttime, the hydroelectric power plant serves as a battery by pumping the water back up to the top of the dam, therefore taking advantage of the fact that nobody uses electricity at night to do so. Logistics vessels engine. Excellent. Okay, let's not actually do any research. We don't really need to. And to be honest, I'd rather have higher power satisfaction, at least temporarily. So, yeah, this can sort of serve as, I guess, a hydroelectric sort of dam setup where we have an accumulator which uses the cheap solar power during the day, hopefully to charge things up. This is a problem here. I can boost this a little bit. There we go. Excellent. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, I actually think that this might not be terrible for us. This might not be terrible for us. We can redo this as well here. I would just love, with regards to lights, that's stupid. That was just what I had. With regards to lights and the fact that they are not in this game, the game may look delightfully beautiful at night. It does look pretty beautiful at night. But I would rather have the option, right, of just making it look more lit at night. I don't mean lit like, you know, the kids these days mean lit. I mean literally lit. Literally lit. Okay. I'm gonna, real quick, take this belt up, and instead, we're gonna get the most exciting high-level belt that we have access to. Level 2 belt. Nice. So that's not going to make much of a difference, but it is going to make a little bit of difference there. Okay, we got 100% power satisfaction? Wow. Okay. You kind of have to see it to believe it, but it's true. It's there. I need power desperately. So you know what? I'm going to take advantage of the cheap power during the day. Where's my nearest charging cable? Apparently over here? That's fine. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's charge up. Let's juice up. Let's juice up. And then let's rock and roll. Oh, also, research. How are we thundering through research? Honestly, this is kind of scary. I don't like it. Let's get some upgrades. Let's get some upgrades. Vertical lab construction requires yellow tech. Energy circuits. Sure, what the heck? Let's do it. Communication control, let's do it too. Inventory capacity, nah. Mechanical frame, sure, I'll take mechanical frame. And also move core. Okay. So we need a little bit of coal, which is pretty easy to get in the grand scheme of things. A little bit of coal, a little bit of wood. Wood is going to be more difficult to acquire because we need to go and do it manually. And I kind of don't want to do it manually. Not at this moment in time, anyway. Energized graphite, super easy to get. Super easy to get that. That's not necessarily a problem. Holy cow, how much hydrogen do we have? Are we fully backlogged on hydrogen? Not fully backlogged on hydrogen, but not far off. I'll pick up a little bit. I'll pick up a little bit. Right, can we build this battery, please? Can we build this battery? This battery requires crystal silicon. Crystal silicon. We should already have most of the component parts of that. So, crystal silicon is made by combining... It's the bar. This bar, which is definitely, yeah, definitely acquired. Definitely be acquired by smelting the silicon that is extracted from stones. That's what I meant to say. Good. All right. So we have this set up here. We do this. Do that. We will not be needing much of this. We will not be needing much of this at all. And then the crystal silicon, is it smelted? It is also made in a smelting facility, so let's just, I guess, daisy chain them together. In my mind, what's the point of creating a big old complex setup and buffering if I know that we're gonna need, like, a very, very limited number, of the end product from the silicon chain? Given that there is no natural silicon on this planet, it seems almost pointless to dedicate altogether too much effort to silicon, because we're definitely going to want to get a bespoke silicon planet at some point. Okay. Let me take out some of this stuff here. And let me yoink this in here, yoink that in there. Nice. Okay. Alright. I just mean to say that there's probably a better place. There's probably a better place for silicon production. Probably a better place than this measly starter planet. You know what I'm saying? And we're just gonna, double dip. We're gonna double dip into this storage facility, and we're gonna use this to store pretty much everything. Okay, solar panels. Can we build any more? We can't. What do we need? I suspect it's... Oh, it's actually silicon. Who'da thunk it? Who woulda thunk it? It's not silicon. What is it? What is it? It's copper. Okay, copper production is... We have 0 copper production, funnily enough. We have 0 copper production. Let's rework this setup, which we did, quite frankly, at the very start of the game. And we'll use... I don't know, what? 2 additional... 2 additional smelteries. Yeah, that's fine. Also, we need to work on these upgrades. I know that we need to work on these upgrades. We will work on the upgrades. There we go. This looks almost competent in comparison to what we had. Copy and paste and paste. Cool. All right. So, power satisfaction is low. But that's okay, because you know what's happening? The sun is rising. And when the sun rises, our problems almost all magically disappear. They don't really, but they at least are minimized. Okay, let's spend this wonderful morning destroying, like, I don't know, 3 trees so that we can get our manual research. We should have a look at our star map in a second, actually, just to see what the heck is going on. Also, my inventory is full, apparently. It says that it's full, although it looks like there is a smidgen of space. Let's burn some hydrogen. There we go. Oh, it's probably not allowing us to extract the plant life. That's probably what it is. There we go. Okay, and then we get some energized graphite, and then that's going to allow us to get the upgrade over here that we're after. Okay, we're close. We're close to making this work. We're close to making this work. Very, very happy. Very, very happy with the progress that we've made, indeed. Okay, so we need this crystal silicon stuff, which we definitely have. Don't know why I didn't pick it up out of the storage facility when I was last over here, but whatever. And let's pop down a couple of batteries. Right, we can build 2 batteries. 2 batteries is honestly more than I ever thought that I would have. 2 batteries. Oh, you love to see it. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. So, we are now officially capable of producing batteries, which is excellent. This is good. We've done a little bit of tech in wind power. It's not that much. I suppose I could tech a little bit more into wind turbines. There's no real reason not to. It just doesn't really seem that worthwhile to me. And, you know, given my desire to you know, destroy the environment, I'm not initially a fan of wind turbines. But you know what? That's a Tesla. What am I doing? That's a Tesla tower. I want wind turbines. Okay. Here we go. Wind turbines. I was thinking, I thought we had to build these wind turbines a little bit further afield. Turns out I was indeed correct, and I was just building Tesla towers. Okay. Alright, wind turbines also have the added bonus of being, like, reasonably cheap. They do... Man, they do require a lot of space, though. I know that we're not placing them perfectly spaced out, but that's still quite space inefficient. There we go. Will that sort out our power network? It might. If the accumulators instantly start charging, yeah, I mean, like, then you can see that that's exactly what happens there. Okay, we're hitting satisfaction. We're hitting maximum satisfaction without research. The next stage is going to be actually turning research back on and seeing what the heck happens. I say turn research back on. Doing research in the labs is what I really mean with that. Okay, let's have a little look. We can increase the size of our foundation here. I don't think that we're going to have enough foundation to actually do this, so let's be a little bit prudent with our use of foundation. Indeed, that seems to be just grand. More copper. We should redo the input to this copper storage as well. Okay. I don't know. Come down. Come across here. Yeah. Ditch that, and then plonk this belt down all the way over here. Nice. That's fine. 3 inputs. Perfect. Okay, I mean, I don't think that we really need blue science, but we're going to need it at some point, so we might as well start stockpiling it now. I'm going to just take some... I'm going to kidnap some graphite from the matrices. That's going to allow us to start work on the research. Here we go. Kidnap that. Kidnap that. Wonderful. That should be plenty. It's not plenty. That should be plenty. There we go. That's plenty. Excellent. Okay. Get the research done. Shouldn't take too long at all. Accumulators should now start to decharge. Man, I tell you what. Wind power. How did I overlook wind power for such a gosh darn long time? That's a great question. It's a really, really great question. No idea why I just didn't look into it at all. So the labs only stack up until 3 at the very start of the game. But after that, they can stack up. I don't know if it's infinitely, but there is an upgrade tech tree called vertical construction, which allows you to construct additional lab layers, which is cool. Stacking windmills is a novel idea. I don't think it's allowed. I don't think it's allowed, but it should be allowed, right? Like just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger windmills. That's pretty exciting. I do indeed like the prospect of that. Okay, so we got ourselves a battery. Wonderful. The fractionator, we don't need to worry about that too much at the moment. Assembling machine Mark II. We can probably build that if we really wanted to. However, what is our next sort of big objective? What is our next big objective here? I mean, the next big objective, to be brutally honest, is getting the structure done, the structure matrix, or whatever it's called. I don't know. The level 3, the yellow science cube. The yellow science cube is what we're after. Let me see. What does it cost to build? It costs diamond, which irritatingly uses energized graphite, or just regular diamond. Presumably we can actually just shape regular diamonds. Presumably we can just shape regular diamond if there is a diamond vein, which there almost certainly isn't on this planet, but that's not a problem. And the other thing that we need is titanium crystal. So titanium, very irritatingly, I don't believe is available here either. Yeah, titanium ore is not available here. Titanium ore is not available here. Diamond is very doable. Diamond is very, very doable. Diamond is super doable. Yeah, so I think that there is a way to get titanium on this planet, if I'm not mistaken. That's the advanced diamond recipe. That's it. Plastic, graphene, organic crystal, deuterium, fractionation. Oh yeah, that's it. That's it. Got the photon combiner over here too. What else have we got? What else have we got? We got the sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid, I think, shouldn't be too difficult to make, I believe. Okay. Yeah, so there is a way that we can do it. Hold on. Let me have a little test here. I think it's a recipe in the smeltery, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, titanium ingot is in there. Okay. So interplanetary logistics is a tech that we have, so we could consider actually doing that. One construction drone. Nice. Let's have a little look. Interplanetary logistics we have. We are required to build a logistics station. But that's not actually going to be too difficult, I don't think. Right. I guess that's our next goal. I guess that's our next goal then. So we need what? Processors, particle containers, and then we need steel. And then we also need titanium ingot as well. I mean, that doesn't seem overly challenging. I mean, it sounds like the most challenging thing thus far, but it doesn't sound unobtainably challenging. Which is kind of nice. These particle containers, though, do we have these particle containers? Require technology magnetic particle trap. Magnetic particle trap. Also, what do we need? We need 60 electric motors. 60 electric motors in order to get this bit of technology done right now. We'll go and manually pick up some electric motors that I'm sure we've got hanging around over here. We don't have many hanging around over here. They're all being turned into levitation devices. That's fine. That would be better if it was a level 2 machine there. Just as a point of note. We have plentiful amounts of copper, though, so I'm not really anticipating any problems. There we go. Queue all of that up. Okay. High intensity heat with a particular molecular structure gathered from titanium veins. There is no way to gather titanium. There is no way to gather titanium without going to another planet. Not necessarily like I'm against going to another planet, just something that we need to, consider in the context of a cost-benefit analysis sort of thing. But there must be a way to gather titanium if we have the ability. If we have the ability to make a logistic station right now. Yeah. Okay. All right. Random generation in rocks. So presumably that means that it's not going to show up on the vein overview. We may have to go a little bit further afield. Alternatively, maybe we just see if we can try and dig as much stone as possible. And if we dig as much stone as possible, then that will eventually perhaps net us with a little bit of titanium. Although I don't know if that's exactly how it works. Okay. Yeah, because there's definitely no titanium. Oh wait, hold up. We have titanium. How did we get titanium? What? So we have titanium. Excuse me? Alright, well I guess we'll smelt all of the titanium that we have here. Interesting. Oh, we must have acquired it whilst actually picking up the rocks. Oh, that's a curious point of note. Oh, look, there we go. So titanium ore. I see. Okay, so it's a random chance, but it's only if we actually dig up the rocks that presumably once were meteorites from off the planet. Very, very cool. Okay, well, we have solved that problem. Somewhat, anyway. Yeah, what are we doing? We're waiting for this research to get done. There's no particular rush to actually doing it, though. So let's have a little look at the tech here. Interplanetary logistics system. So that's only for this specific planet. We need interstellar logistics system, for which we need the structure matrix. We need 120 structure matrices. High strength titanium alloy. No, we can't do that. Solar sail orbit system. We can do that. We can and should do that. Anything that doesn't require yellow, we should do. Oh, this is actually super essential because that's what we need for the logistics system. The local logistics system, anyway. I think that's it. Mini particle collider, Casimir crystal. I think that's it. I think that's it for the blue and red exclusive tech. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we need to do 12 and 13. And then we are good. And we are donezo with this specific bit of tech. What even is it? I think it's movement speed. I think it's movement speed that we're working on. That's kind of nice. That is kind of nice. Will be good to get done, but not the end of the world. Okay. Alrighty.